Good morning, bulls. Another higher high for Bitcoin today. Welcome to today's Bitcoin trading update. It is Friday, the 1st of December. We are very green today in honor of the pump. Bears, get back in your cave. It's time to hibernate. You don't want to be outside right now. You're going to get stopped out. Anyway, let's get into the serious TA. I'll keep the green light on because we are breaking out. We're right again because we're trading with the trend. And yeah, let's get into some TA. So yesterday, okay, although I'm very happy that we're breaking out, Bitcoin front ran me again. We had the live stream yesterday. I had my green box waiting and ready to go. And it didn't quite get filled. But the thing with this is, I've said this before. All right, this dip that we had here was when Sailor released his MicroStrategy released their accounts to say that they bought more Bitcoin, which they do every month. They do it every last final day of the month. Every month they always buy more Bitcoin. And the thing is, it causes people to go like, oh, look, Michael Saylor's bought Bitcoin, let's dump it. And every single time it spikes down and then reverses to new highs. It's just like, people are so silly. They're like, oh, Saylor, dump Bitcoin. And then it dumps and people are like, yeah, let's short it. And then they get wrecked. And it's just, why do people do it? Because it always goes up. And people still think that it goes down, but it doesn't. So anyway, yeah, we had that dip yesterday. Came so close, so close to the area that we wanted it to. Realistically, okay, yes, you filled the imbalance. Okay, this is the order block that we had here. If I just extend this green box to the top of where that is, we dipped into it. But I really wanted to test below the weekly open. I kind of was hoping that we would hit that untapped daily, and that would be our next higher low before the continuation once again. Never happened, but around daily open, I was pretty bullish, was able to at least ride some altcoins for this, got into an Ethereum position. I actually was quite bullish on Ethereum yesterday, and yeah, so despite not being in a Bitcoin long right now, I am riding this on some altcoins and I'm very happy about it. If we actually go to what happened on the daily open, it's one of those typical, like really nice, like daily open comes down, tests the lows, immediate reversal. And if we're going on to the 1 minute time frame, you would have had one of those real nice, like potentially the VWAP open drive on this today. We didn't even get that move back into VWAP, but you reclaimed that daily level, break through that, and then it's just been this uptrend ever since to once again take out the highs. So yeah, a very good start again to the month here. We are continuing to increase in speed and momentum to the upside. And what this gives us, we've made another high. The parabolic advance, the charge of the bulls continues. What I said previously is getting steep. It's just become even steeper. So we have a new line to add to our charts here. That is the latest in our big bull run that we're currently seeing. And so long as these are holding and you are holding this trend and keeping this parabolic advance going, we can see how we're starting to curve, increase in speed and momentum to the upside. We are starting to curve higher and higher and higher. And so long as these remain and we're making these higher lows, then that is okay. The danger comes when you lose the momentum. So momentum is starting as it was here. Okay, you've 1, 2, 3, 4, now the 5th time we've increased the speed of this move up. That's quite a lot. And if this does continue to go, it becomes steeper and steeper and steeper and steeper. And when you do start to lose this momentum, that is when you cascade through it very often. Okay, a sweep will come. All right, a flush will come and it will be aggressive. We will be looking for a 10 to 15% potentially drop from this. And if that goes up to 40K beforehand, that can take, like, that's a 20% move down to get to 32. Yeah. So 10 to 15% is maybe a bit conservative depending on how high we go here. We are looking for a flush to happen, but whilst it's trending higher, you've got to be trading with the trend. And I've repeated this so many times. So if you are waking up again, having been stopped out, once again, you've been wrong, 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 you've been wrong. How many more times are you going to be wrong before you're right? Whereas if you're trading with the trend, how many more times are you going to be right before you're wrong? And there was another dip yesterday that you had the opportunity to buy. And if you didn't, I mean, I missed it. I kind of didn't, but I had plenty of long exposure. Then yeah, everything's looking good. So I'm going to turn off the green light. Let's just go back to normal again because it's a little bit ridiculous. We got to do some normal TA here as well. So yeah, Bitcoin looking good. We still have those higher targets. If we are to look at the Coinbase chart now, then we are approaching, or we are now at the fixed range. This one, okay, we're there, yeah. So we're there. We're at that macro point of control. This is the POC, the point of control, the level with the highest volume from the entire bull market. Massive, massive level. 38,720. That was since we broke 38K and we've been continuing this uptrend higher. This has been and has remained the most important level on the chart. You flip this and we're probably going to 46, something like that. Yeah. Because that's where you've got some low volume that you can start to come into before the next like area of potential resistance. So this is huge. And if there is to be a flush, it could be coming. So I was green earlier, but you've got to be realistic about this. We have now hit, finally, after a very long wait, the biggest level on the chart. Now, if we go over onto our order flow and we start to have a look at this, then we now have some very, very clear levels that we need to be looking at. This move up so far, increase in open interest on the move up, showing that it is healthy for now. Okay, it has been longs opening. The intent for longs was to push price higher. They have succeeded in pushing price higher, showing that this is a healthy move. And as long as we do not start to see longs opening with price failing to push higher, that starts to show absorption. If longs are opening and open interest is increasing and the price is going in the direction that they want it to go in, that is healthy. The time when that becomes unhealthy is when longs are opening, open interest is increasing, and price is not going higher. That will show that we're starting to see some absorption here. But locally, okay, you've had the same with the short positions. So shorts getting squeezed, but they're not yet being affected. So this move up in open interest, okay, people trying to short this on the way up. There is a potential that this could then impulse to flush the shorts before it then comes down and flushes the longs. So despite the fact that we're at that point of control, a lot of shorts opening around there, despite that fact, if we do flush higher and we get rid of all of these short positions, then that is basically then giving the green light for this to dump and then to start to stop out the long positions. Key levels for us to hold for now, okay? It's, again, there's your trap shorts, right? So if you put on this volume analysis, and this is showing you the delta. So the red is showing excess in short positions. The blue is all long positions. So all of these longs that we've got above that 38,150, 38,200, all of these longs are okay right now. They're in fairly good shape. Now, the short positions are like worried, yeah? They're a bit scared right now because they haven't really started to be stopped yet, but this is where you've got your trap shorts within this range. And this is the level that you now really do have to hold if you are to continue higher. So if we do see a dip into this area, lose 38k basically. Okay, your shorts are above that 38k. So if you lose 38k, longs become trapped, shorts have been given an exit, and then we go lower. So it's fairly clear from this chart where people are positioned, and it's similar again across the board. Bybit's looking quite similar. The aggregated stuff is looking quite similar as well. If we go on to AgriTrade and we're looking at the CVD, you can see, and this is what we were talking about yesterday, the massive amount of profit taking happening from spot. So over the past 24 hours, I saw an article on this. Over the past 24 hours, there was $1 billion of Bitcoin that moved off chain. So a lot of profit taking going on. However, that didn't cause any drop in price, which means you have to remain bullish because that is being absorbed by the market. Okay, you've got a lot of selling going on, a lot of people taking profit, like myself. Right, we're going into December. You want to buy your Christmas presents. So, oh, look, Bitcoin's at the highest price of the year. I'm going to sell some. But price was holding. And typically, right, when you see that amount of profit taking on spot, it actually marks a market bottom, which means that we really could start to accelerate quite aggressively here. And what we have seen since that point is the spot is holding, the bid is holding on both the perpetuals and the spot. Perps, yes, okay, they started this move off, right? You had spot selling, a lot of spot selling just at the beginning of the month, people being like, I need the money. A lot of spot selling, that being absorbed. Perpetual started to push the move, but spot has caught up and has actually started to overtake again. So this looks to me to be fairly healthy. We're not seeing, the bid is not giving up here, right? It's still managing to hold. You're getting a bit of a pullback. That's absolutely fine. But the bid is holding up and this can continue to squeeze and to push higher. And it would be a little bit unusual at this stage to see price reverse without liquidating these guys, yeah, without starting to liquidate those. So that's what I'm looking at the moment. Now, if we finally go and have a look at our liquidations heat map, do I have that here? It's not going to load. There it is. Oh, I made this too big. Oh, there we go. That's fine. That'll work. Yeah, we got them. So the longs yesterday, we could see where the highest concentration of long positions were. Yeah, that was where I had that highest concentration of long positions, just front running our levels very slightly. And now we have gone through and we have taken out the highest concentration of short positions. But what is going on? There's still a lot of short positions entering here. You're starting to get these longs that could get flushed again above 38k. So if we do flush and we take these guys out, that's fine. Okay, as long as you're remaining above 38k at this stage. You can't go below 38k now. Like that's it. You go below 38k and bull's in trouble. But as long as we're holding above there, we're all looking good. And still, the majority of what we're seeing is short positions building up. Still. So yeah, let's see how it goes. It's looking to be at this stage a relatively healthy move, certainly healthier than what we had a couple of days ago. Okay, because on this occasion, the spot bid is holding, where it wasn't at all previously. It was entirely perps driven. On this occasion, the spot bid is holding, and yeah, we'll see. We will see where this ends up. I think that's probably everything I need to say. We've got to hold 38k, first of all. If we don't, I think we start to see trouble. If we hold 38k, I can see this continuing to squeeze through and to stop out a lot of short positions, in which case we could get a very rapid move to 40k to 42k to bring ourselves through this. And then you look at this as being a macro thing. Okay, we've got a whole day. Can you push through, liquidate a bunch of short positions, get a close back below that point of control? Is a key level, but that doesn't mean we have to reject on the first test of it. So this has been the first test of it. There, yeah, you see it. Okay, you have that, and then you sweep it. are we going to fail here? It's a very, very important level. Are we going to fail here, or are we going to then continue higher and see a larger rejection that maybe goes up, gets those stop losses, and then we end up putting in a range, which gives you the opportunity to go short. So we are reaching a fairly climactic point. To the upside, you've just got to wait and see. I think once shorts start to get liquidated and you hit that thing, it's like, you know, when there's a massive sell-off in the market, it goes a lot further than what you think, and it just liquidations. And once you've got enough of them, that's the point in which you reverse. You tend to reverse on a massive like explosion of volume and craziness going on, and we've not really reached that climactic point just yet. So let's see if that can happen. It means that targets to the upside, you can't really say anything about them. Like 40k is kind of obvious, right? And it's just once you've killed all the pairs. And then yeah, I'm gonna wrap it up, but yeah, 38k important to hold. 38,720 is the point of control. If we push higher, it's just liquidations until they're done, and then we get a blow off top. Cool. Thanks for watching. Like the video, subscribe, and I'll see you all in the next one. Oh, whoa. Advent calendar today. There's going to be a video. There's going to be a video released at 12 midday. So keep your eyes open for the Advent calendar. The Taurus Advent calendar is something that we do every year. And yeah, it's going to be good fun. So this is day 1 of our Taurus Advent calendar. So you'll see what's going to come very soon. Cheers. Bye-bye.